On the Epstein list, I guess here's the dilemma. I think if they're on a list, the implication is that they did something sexually with people, but there's cameras and such. Apparently, there's all over this place, and I guess I would be more inclined to consider identifying people who are on a videotape doing these acts rather than people that are on some lengthy list that might have nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
And by, if a list exists, Dershowitz says a list exists, you publish every name on the list. Well, every one of them is a pariah. What if only 10 people out of the 100 did anything?
Yeah.
Now you've basically shamed 90 people for doing nothing.
Totally agree. And we talked about that this morning because no matter how it's caveated, no matter how much whatever, if they put out names and it's associated with Epstein, it's going to ruin people's lives and marriages and careers and everything else. So, but I would say they should say that. If they haven't, I haven't heard them say that. I haven't heard them say we're concerned about putting out lists because of that reason. They just said, there's nothing to see here. So
I thought Trump said something about that. There's like innocent people, or there could be people that have
he
nothing.
Said something like that a while back.
Yeah, it was a little vague, I thought, and it wasn't in concert with the current moment. Aaron, question for Tom.
I'm just curious. I mean, do you think that it's at all a little odd that Ghislaine Maxwell is behind bars for sex trafficking young girls for the benefit of men across the country, and the names of those men that were ideally engaged in that sexual activity, those names aren't coming out?
No, I'm 100% with you. I think those names should come out.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I don't know, and I don't think anybody really knows if there's some great. It's like pulling out your Outlook contacts list. If you downloaded that and it was Jeffrey Epstein's Outlook contacts list, and that gets published, and you got the bulk of those people probably had nothing to do with this. I mean, I would be more interested in seeing the names of the people that Ghislaine Maxwell was trafficking girls to, and all of that stuff. That micro list, I think, would be far more interesting to see than just some big giant generic contact list where, like I said, you're basically putting the what was the, I'm trying to think what the red letter was, the
Scarlet A.
That's it. And on a bunch of people that have their lives ruined, that did nothing more than have a conversation with him.
Yeah. So Tom,
I was watching the group chat today, and Dan Turrentine said that he'd actually talked to Epstein once when he was fundraising in Florida. And I mean, is Dan Turrentine in the contact list? No, I hope not. But that's sort of blowing it out of proportion. But I guess my point is that I would much rather, I mean, I don't want to see videos, but I think we should certainly be able to identify people who are on these videos if they exist.
Yeah. Tom, have you ever met President Trump?
No.
All right. Let's say he watches the program, I'm sure. Let's say he saw you, he called you up and said, Tom, what do you think I should do about this Epstein thing? What would your advice to him be?
I would say that I would be more inclined, like sort of implying earlier, I would be more inclined in having the videotapes, as I think Pam Bondi said there were like hundreds of them.
Yeah.
That identify the people in those tapes committing those acts, and that those acts were with minors.
Right.
And those would be the people who would need to be named and shamed.
Great. Tom, thank you. Grateful